So, what's the reason vaccines are done all at once? Wouldn't it be better to separate them? Wouldn't it be safer to separate them instead of giving them all in one giant shot?
The recommended childhood vaccine schedule is based on timing that creates the most effective immune response and takes into consideration when children are at highest risk of complications or death from vaccine-preventable disease. Some parents are concerned that so many vaccines will overwhelm their child's immune system and so want to space vaccines out. But children are exposed to so many more immune-stimulating proteins on a daily basis, crawling around on floors, constantly sticking their hands in their mouths, than they are ever exposed to in a series of vaccines. What they get in vaccines is just a drop in the bucket. And vaccines have become so much more refined over the years that the number of viral and bacterial proteins that they're exposed to in vaccines today is significantly less than what you and I were exposed to as kids. What's most important to recognize is that if we are not doing vaccines at the intervals recommended by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, it leaves children incompletely protected. We do not get immediate immunity from one dose. Vaccinations given in a series build upon each other. The first flu shot we give a child, for example, only primes the pump, so to speak. It gives the child's immune system a first look at a pathogen and lets it start developing antibodies. But it's not until the second flu shot, given 4 more weeks later, that the antibody production system really kicks into gear to develop a full immune response. If we only give the child the first of the 2 vaccines and delay the other, we're not giving their bodies a chance to develop full protection. This leaves the child at risk. Also, children are at greatest risk of complications of disease at younger ages. If we wait to give them their vaccines until they're older, we're leaving them at risk exactly when they're the most vulnerable. We also know that young children often have a much more robust immune response to vaccines than do older children or adults. Their bodies are much more efficient at developing antibodies. Consequently, most vaccines work better when given at a younger age than if we wait until kids are older. No parent wants to see their child hurting, and vaccines do cause temporary discomfort. But many vaccines are given in combination now so that there are fewer pokes necessary. Finally, we have to look at the reality of extremely busy parents. When choosing to space out vaccines, it's not uncommon for parents to forget to come back, and this can result in incomplete immunity. It puts the child at risk of illness and increases the chances that they could spread that illness to others in the community.